Oh, the owl.
Mm-hmm. Hoot hoot!
Hoot hoot! What if it was just Hootie?
Oh god. This big old, like, snake-like owl pops out of the water.
Link!
Oh boy, you got the magic sword!
With his little sparkly eyes.
Alright, so it's time for a special playthrough. We're finally doing a Zelda game. Oh yeah, this was a remake that a lot of people wanted, and we saw this opening cinematic and we were just like, oh shit, they're doing it. Because this was originally a Game Boy game.
Yeah.
Released in, I believe, 1994.
Yeah, I do really like kind of the animated opening. I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah, people saw the animated opening, they're like, oh shit. And I'm going to be honest, the graphics took a while because people were just like, ah, shit. It was like, oh, shit. And then they saw the graphics of the game and they were just like, ah, shit.
I really loved the little dolls. I thought they were really
They look like little, like, play figures. And it reminds me of the Rankin Bass Christmas specials. If you're familiar with those, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa Claus is coming to town.
I was going to say, it reminds me of, like, Legos without them being Legos.
Yeah, like, I think they were called, like, Playmobil or something like that. Like the little pieces that you just... But yeah, this was your first Zelda, and this was the first Zelda I beat. The third one I played, but the first one I beat.
Okay.
My first Zelda was A Link to the Past. And I was like, I don't understand what's going on here. So then I played Ocarina of Time, and I got a little further, but I was just like, I'm stuck. So I played this one, and eventually I was just like, I beat it. I got it.
Well, I know you had said originally Zelda wasn't really your favorite.
No. I go back and forth between Mario and Zelda of like which is my favorite of the Nintendo
well,
franchises.
I meant like even when you were younger. When you were younger, it really wasn't
Mario.
Definitely
Mario.
wasn't your dig.
I was too stupid for like Zelda, and like I was borderline brain dead for, we're calling him Lunk, by the way. A little Lunk. I was borderline brain dead for like RPGs. I was just like, equipment? What's that?
Yeah.
Why do I keep getting my ass handed by these ogres? Oh, it's because I didn't equip the proper armor. Oh well.
Yeah. But no, I thought that that it was really cute.
Yeah, we have your first impressions, and overall, you've beaten the game now.
Yeah.
You more or less enjoy this one.
Yeah. No, I really like this one. There were some things that I was really confused about, but I think it's because this was the first Zelda I'd ever played.
Well, Zelda is very infamous for those kind of moments to where you're just like, I solved that. Way to go, me. And then others, you're like,
well, I'm pretty sure did I play this before I played Trials of Mana?
No. You played this after Trials of Mana.
Okay.
I was just like, I think you're ready. You've completed Trials of Mana. I think you're ready for your first Zelda. And like I was going back and forth for a while of like, will it be Wind Waker? Will it be A Link to the Past? And I'm just like, A Link to the Past I think is a little too difficult.
Aww,
and
she's just trying to love you. She's like, I've been in here by myself.
I decided on Link's Awakening.
We're talking about the cat.
There was also a moment where I thought Breath of the Wild would be your first, and I was like, nah, maybe second or third, but like, not first.
She's rubbing up against everything.
Putting her scent on everything. Put my lips on all. But what's interesting is this is your first Zelda game. Zelda's not in this one.
Yeah.
She's nowhere to be found. This is about Link being stuck on Koholint Island. And he's washed up ashore. And he must find his sword because they were just like, oh, by the way, your shield washed up with you. But what's interesting is like you'll find a lot of other Nintendo characters in this Zelda game. Like the Chain Chomp up there. That's a Mario enemy.
Yeah.
You will never see that in another Zelda game.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
This was originally going to be... See, this guy looks like Santa Claus from the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah.
So much. Well, Rudolph, let's go sing. But, oh shoot, what was I saying about Zelda? Oh, originally, this was going to be just a port of A Link to the Past on the Game Boy.
Okay.
And as the developers were tinkering around, they're just like, no, we could do more than this. And they played around with like different ideas. And because it was so surreal and kind of like not an official Zelda during development, they were just like, yeah, throw whatever you want in there. So they threw in...
They were just doing...
like Mario enemies. They threw in Kirby. All kinds of elements from like different Zeldas. And then when it all came together, they're like, no, this is a full-fledged Zelda. This is not a port. This can be its own game. And they made it happen. Oh. Watch the little fox.
I was upset the first time I hit him. I was like, oh no.
I like how they all look like toys, but his hat still floats in the wind. Still waves in the wind.
I would say that's like the one thing that kind of makes me a little bit sad about like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
What?
Is he doesn't have his little hat.
So,
I know that Links are all different. Like,
so you unlock that outfit. You have to find it.
Oh. Okay.
In Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. But it was solely... Breath of the Wild is solely like, how many Zelda conventions can we break and still make it be Zelda?
Okay.
And in my personal opinion, they went a bit too far. It was just like, oh, stop breaking shit. Hold it. Wait, hold, stop. Put that down. Put the dungeons down. Don't move the dungeons. I love that. He's just like, I'll be lost in the hills later, so be on the lookout for me. But, and Tears of the Kingdom is starting to, like, reel some of those back, and it's just like, alright, we broke a couple, but we can put them back together.
Yeah.
But like I've said on, like, the first impressions and other videos, so long as they have an idea, and they're just like, Zelda can be anything now, go for it. I want Zelda to be as, like, experimental and unique as all the Mario games that were just dropped in this last Direct. Where, like, so many of them look different and they had different art styles.
Yeah.
And they had different gameplay. That's what I want for Zelda. I don't want each one to be like, well, this looks like Breath of the Wild again. Because I know Tears of the Kingdom is having DLC. So we'll see what happens after that. But also, like, there's a chance that because it is such a success, they'll be like, oh, we can really experiment now.
Yeah.
And not just hold it so tightly to be like, no, gotta be only this. So who knows?
I don't know. I think that, like, from an outsider looking in, like, it appears to me that Nintendo really does listen to, like, the feedback. Granted, they take what they want, which is absolutely fine, but, like...
Bit by bit, they'll listen to feedback. They'll be like,
So I feel like if there's really not a lot of pushback from Tears of the Kingdom, then they're going to just expand on that.
Yeah. Which is a shame.
Well, I don't necessarily think it's a shame. It's just, it's giving people what they want. Until it grows old. And then they'll come out with something new.
Milk it till it's a dead horse, and then milk on to the next horse.
That seems to be what everyone is doing.
That's a shame.
You know, Disney's doing it. Nintendo does it. Marvel's doing it.
Well,
like, even though Marvel's Disney now, but...
True.
You know, DC does it.
Mm-hmm.
All of these big companies, that's what they do. Like, it's going to make them money.
Well, I guess the best case scenario is the people doing these remakes get the rights to do their own Zelda game. Because, like, it's a whole different studio. It's a branch of Nintendo called Grezzo. But they're working on, like, the remakes and stuff, while Zelda team works on Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
So eventually they run out of remakes, and it's just like, I think we got this. I think we can make our own. And I was like, go for it! You got this! Make your own Zelda, Grezzo. I believe in you.
Until it's not what you want.
Yeah. Well, Breath of the Wild is already not what I want, so...
Yeah. I don't know.
Nowhere to go but up.
I just think
that's what Tears of the Kingdom is. Well, at least they went up.
Yeah, I just think it's you win some, you lose some. Like, you know, people are really loving what they're doing right now, so, like, why would they stop? Like, as a creator, I would get bored with it. I would want to do something new. But, like, on a business point of view, like, that'd be really dumb.
Well, I mean, then it's just Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty and everything else. Milk it until it's not unique anymore.
And that's exactly what they're going to do.
It's a steaming pile of shit. That's a shame. Oh, well. All right, so let's talk positive. let's talk about the Zelda we have right here. And we're heading to the beach. Because at the end of the day, this discussion is going to be an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. No matter what points you bring up, I'm just going to be like, yeah, but I don't much care.
That's fine.
Alright. Ouch.
I was so confused whenever I was playing this. I was like, how am I supposed to move everything? I don't have any weapons.
You use your shield and you give him a little push.
Oh, the owl.
Mm-hmm. Hoot hoot!
Hoot hoot! What if it was just Hootie?
Oh god. This big old, like, snake-like owl pops out of the water.
Link!
Oh boy, you got the magic sword!
With his little sparkly eyes.
Wow! Alright, so we have our task. Collect the instruments of the siren and wake the windfish. I love this bit. As soon as you find your sword, the original Zelda theme kicks in. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And now the adventure truly begins, because the theme of adventure soars through the island. But what's interesting is I made the same mistake when I first played the game on Game Boy, is those urchin things that were blocking the sword. They look like Gordos, which are spike enemies from Kirby that you can't touch.
Yeah.
Don't touch them. You can't kill them. They are invulnerable. So I was just like, all right, you just avoid them. And then I learned that, like, no, you can push them aside with your shield. And then even greater is once you get a sword, you can slash them. I'm like, oh, shit. So they're not Gordos. They look like them, but they're not.
Yeah. I hate that monkey.
I really like that there's a lot of unique NPCs in Link's Awakening. You got this, like, alligator here. Sail the alligator. My brother's the artist. Artiste. But, like, it's not just people.
Yeah.
There's, like, different animals, and I think we have a witch coming up. All kinds of quirky things await on Koholint Island.
Yeah. There you go.
Ha ha ha.
I really could have just, like, spent the whole game, like, chopping grass. I don't know why.
Cutting grass
just,
is
like,
very satisfying in Zelda
like,
games.
Just the whole time, I was like, I'm gonna get all of it.
One of my my favorite Zelda is Twilight Princess. And one of my favorite features that they got rid of afterwards was running while slashing grass. It is so satisfying. You don't stop and hup, hup, hup.
Yeah.
You just run and he's while you're it is such a satisfying feeling. And I'm just like, it's a shame we never went back to that. Because in Skyward Sword, he stops. Breath of the Wild, there's pauses.
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom pauses. I was just like, darn.
I feel like it would be less difficult to program it that way.
Perhaps.
Or just, like, less animations.
You might be right. Oh, piece of heart.
Da, 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 da.
Collect 4 for a heart container. Hooray. So the first time, I think we went to, like, the comic book store. And we saw something Zelda related. And I pointed to Link and I said, all right, who's this?
It's Link.
That was like your first test. It was just like,
Yeah.
let's see if this relationship will work out. Who is this? Hold on, it's not Zelda. Zelda's the princess, very good. Link? Okay, we can continue.
Yeah, like, I've always known that he is not Zelda.
It's one of those weird things where Mario is Mario, Kirby is Kirby. The main character of Zelda is Link. Metroid isn't even a character, it's a creature.
Yeah.
The main character of Metroid's name is Samus. Samus Aran. But Metroids are actually the monsters that you're trying to exterminate in the Metroid games. Yeah. It's kind of like, well, because Metroid is, like, heavily influenced by Ridley Scott's Alien.
Right.
It's kind of like the movies are not called Ripley.
Yeah.
It's called Alien, and Ripley's the main character. Oh boy, here we go. Trendy Gamester. Alright, let's play the game. Can I get a Yoshi? Can I get a heart piece? Let's see here. Oops. All right, hold on. Nope. I gotta get used to the controls. You gotta hit one, then hit the other.
Worst.
Wah, wah, wah. No, the worst was, I think it's, I have a short of it, but it's also the opening clip to your first impressions. You grab Yoshi and you're just like,
I was so excited, and then the claw fucking drops it.
like right before it reaches the end, and you're like, son of a bitch, just like a real game.
I was so annoyed.
This is pretty annoying too. It's just like,
I spent so much money. So many little gems here. Like,
no. No, I don't have enough money. I am out. I have 4 rupees left.
aren't rupees also the Indian currency?
Yes.
It's interesting.
Yeah, for some reason, they're the Zelda currency as well. Ah, careful now.
I just imagine, like, all of the small Indian children that play Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
I have more money than Link. Like...
They're probably like, wow, Hyrule's economy is shit.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, they use rupees. But no, I really like how, like, everything looks plastic. It looks like a diorama.
It does. It almost looks like a 3D game board.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really neat.
The wind fish is watching. They're always watching. They're like the angels in the outfield. Alright, so this is like the first obstacle when you go through these mysterious woods. You got all these moblins here. And the key is you want to raise your shield and then give a little swipe. But keep your shield up.
Yeah, I'm not very good at blocking.
Got to use your shield, woman.
Even when I'm test playing your games, you're like, put your shield up! And I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to do that? And you're like, just equip it!
Yeah.
Oh.
Use your shield, woman! Defend!
Gotcha.
So yeah, if you go forward, he will warp you back to a different part of the forest. So we gotta get rid of the little raccoon guy.
Rude. The rude raccoon.
The rude raccoon. Hey, excuse me.
They're like, do you mind if I just sit here real quick?
It was interesting because even though you played this version, the original was also on the Nintendo Switch Online. Mm-hmm. And I was bouncing between, did I want to play the original so you could see how it played, or did I want to play this version? And eventually it was just the charm of this version that won me over.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, you know what, I'm going to play this version.
I don't know, I feel like sometimes the older games, like, are just nostalgic. Like, it's not always that they were better. Mm-hmm. Like, in some cases, they're better.
Gotcha.
But, like, I don't know.
Sometimes
that,
it's just
like,
nostalgia's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, it's just nostalgic.
Well, one of the nice features of this version is the shield has its own button, whereas in the original, the shield was an item slot.
Oh.
So you can only use one item or your shield. Whereas this time, shield's its own button, so you can use different item slots.
Yeah. See, whereas in my opinion, that's an improvement.
Oh, absolute. No, I said that's an improvement.
Yeah.
This version is an improvement because in the original, you get the Roc's Feather early on. So you have one button to use your shield, one button to jump, and it's just like, I can't really use anything else.
I just know that there's a lot of people that are like, don't like remakes at all. Like, any of them. If it's a remake, it's automatically crap. And I'm just like, I think someone needs to eat their O's because not everything is crap.
Nintendo and Capcom are some of the better remakes. They know how to do the remakes.
Yeah.
Were you just talking about games or remakes in general?
I feel like remakes in general. Like,
yeah, those can go either way.
You know, sometimes the original is just, it did better than the remake.
Like Psycho.
I don't know that I've ever seen the original Psycho.
Oh, you'll have to check that out. It's a classic.
But even like Last House on the Left, I feel like the original was way better.
Yeah. Whereas I've only seen the remake, and I was just like, oh, that's neat that like the parents got revenge, and you're like, no.
Yeah, I was like, no, they don't.
They don't in the original. They just added that because the original was a little too dour.
I love that witch. She's hey.
Aha! I got yourself some magic powder.
But I'm trying to think of one of the remakes that was just better than the original.
Movies or video games? Because video games, it's more easy to be like, yeah, the remake's better because the graphics were better, the controls were better, the camera's better.
Maybe movies.
Whereas movies is tougher. Because not a single Disney remake I like more than the original. Jungle Book is on par with the original. I like Mowgli more in the remake. I like Baloo and the other side characters more in the original.
I'm thinking more along the lines of like...
But,
like maybe old horror movies. Like I'm trying to think if I've ever seen like The Mist.
Oh, The Thing. the remake of The Thing.
Yeah.
That's a good remake.
I also think that the remakes of The Addams Family are better.
The ones with Raul Julia?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are remakes. Well,
I don't necessarily think they're remakes. I think it's just like...
It's just a movie version of a
evolved.
television show.
Yeah. But
So I feel like that's a different category.
But I think that cast is better than the original cast.
I agree. I agree 110%. And the animated version was fine. I didn't see Wednesday, so you'll have to tell me what Wednesday was like, where it stacks up.
So I really, really like the idea of Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
I think the execution was done really well. I don't like the story.
Oh.
Like, what I found kind of annoying about it is what makes the Addams, like, charming is how weird and unusual they are.
Oh, okay.
Like, I mean, if you think about it, right? Like, they're always trying to kill each other.
Yeah, they're creepy and they're kooky.
Yeah, they're just
a little
weird
off.
and, like, it makes them different from everybody else. And, I don't know, it makes you like them. So, in this show that they did for Wednesday, she goes to a boarding school where everybody is weird.
Xavier's School of Gifted Children. Now that would be a show.
mean, like,
if it was all run by Professor Xavier of the X-Men,
oh god,
I'd be like, all right.
But I mean, like, her roommate's a werewolf. Her like boyfriend thing is some other type of creature. Like, there's mermaids and sirens, and it just, like, to me, it diminishes what made the Addams special.
Okay.
And while I understand the argument, the point to that is like, well, she still doesn't fit in, even though everyone there is weird. She still doesn't fit in.
I got you.
And it's like, yeah, but you took the uniqueness of it away. And I just didn't like that the whole time they're like basically monster hunting. And that's the whole plot
Turns
of
into
the show.
Supernatural.
Yeah, and it's just like...
Sam and Dean pull up to the school. What do you need?
I know. And while I absolutely loved the casting choices, the chemistry between Morticia and Gomez was just not there.
That is something I've heard a lot.
It was not there.
They keep doing Gomez dirty.
Well, because I mean, I know that he is not necessarily the standard attractive man.
Right.
Which I absolutely love. Just like Morticia isn't necessarily the standard attractive woman.
Right.
But they had like the chemistry of just like they love each other so much. And in Wednesday, it was just awkward.
Okay.
Like there was no chemistry between them.
I felt that way with the animated movie we saw as well. Where I was just like, what did they do to Gomez?
I really like the animated movies. I don't know. I thought that they were
I've only
cute.
seen the first one. But I was just like, oh, they did my boy Gomez dirty. I don't know, I just never saw Gomez as the type of, like, liar. The lying husband.
He wasn't a lying husband.
In the animated movies, yeah, he kept secrets, remember? For Pugsley. And I was just like, that's a little off for Gomez.
Wait, what?
In the animated movie, he, like, keeps secrets from everybody for Pugsley's sake. Pugsley's. Wow. Never mind.
Pugsley's sake.
Pugsley's sake. Why can't I say that
fast.
damn phrase?
I don't think I necessarily remember that. Or at least I don't remember it being malicious. Because I know in the movie he's trying to teach Pugsley the ritual to, like, become an adult Gomez. Not an adult Gomez, but an adult Adams, like, to take on the Adams name, you know?
Right.
And I don't think that he's keeping secrets. I just don't remember that.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different Adams Family. I don't know.
I mean, it's been a while since I've seen it, but...
There's a lot of Adams Family products, too.
Yeah.
Oh, rats! Even though the economy's shit, I still can't afford anything. Hang on! I'm gonna go start a YouTube channel. That'll make me some rupees.
Only if you post shit.
Yeah, we'll see. So you can go in that house to ring up the old man, and he'll give you tips through the phone. Because earlier he's just like, I'm a little shy, I'm a little anxious. I can't speak to you in person. But if you pick up the phone, he'll talk your ear off.
Yeah.
He'll be like, so Link, the other day I was going to see my groceries. Going to pick up some groceries, and yes. It's just like, come on, man, show me where the key goes. Because we're heading to our first dungeon.
I don't know that I used the phone.
It's a nice little hint system if you need it. Because this is one of the Zelda games that doesn't have a companion.
Yeah.
A lot of Zelda games have the Olivia.
Yeah.
Basically the, hey, you should probably take a look at this.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the entrance to our first dungeon, the Tail Cave. And we're going to start our first dungeon in the next episode. Alright, puppers, we'll see you all next time with some more of The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening.
Toodles!
A new adventure.
I toodles too soon.
You toodles too soon.
Toodles.